going back to this foundation, this is way to, and I think it's important to start off by saying at the end of the day, everybody is fine tuned to their own specific frequency in which they can have their own sound be heard, I suppose. And there's people tuned there at the same time, right? You know what I'm saying? Create a band, who knows? You know me? But I like that's just very important to think that. Right? Everyone just has their own sound, okay? Yet everyone's trying to sound the same, and that doesn't sound good. Yeah, but this is also important, right? So it's just like, because I want to talk about melodies and like how simple they could just really be in terms of beat making, uh, opposed to like just people making sound. And maybe it's just like a personal thing. Like maybe I'm just talking about myself, but it's just like when you start adding like a lot of sounds together, it just starts sounding like sound, and it's just like, does it really sound melodic? And it's crazy because it's just like, some like one of the most remembered melodies. That was not the right word. The Taurus even would have been a better melody on the way, or word in a way. But like one of the most famous melodies, popular melodies, most like just memorable melodies is like the dun 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 dun. Right? And you're gonna say, oh yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then someone's else gonna say, oh wait, no, that's the ABCs. There might be even more songs with that melody, but it's just like, think about how simple these nursery rhyme melodies are. That think about the melodies that play on like the little music boxes, right? Just how simple they are. They could even become dark in a way and sinister, right? Without ever even having a chord, without having a snare or a drum. You can almost just hear like even it starts getting slower, right? Maybe it gets a little minor. You feel me? It's just how simple like that one note leading to the other can just be etched into our minds. And yet I feel like we're in an era, maybe we're not. And it also could just be what I try to do with my stuff, where it's just like we're just putting sounds together, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, are some things that are like almost like just timeless, right? And like the guitar or the piano, right? Those sounds, violin, right? Those sounds are just there. You feel me? Everyone else is trying to make experimental stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like then there's like the idea of just melodies and just basically what I just said, like this, right? If I like just put like make Twinkle Twinkle Little Star melody in my DAW and then like just beat it, right? Put some beat over it. It made a fire beat, you know. Probably people would be more interested in like the beat itself because the beat would have to be that much more fire because we all know what Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is, right? But it's just like also I made the most fire beat off of just listening to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, that type melody. I wonder if there's like an actual official name to that, but it's just like just think about that. Um, Nursery rhyme melodies might even be the way to go. Just create like a nursery rhyme melody, and it's just like it might depend on the type of sound you use, though. To be honest, I don't know, right? Because it might not work with the guitar, right? It might not work with a harp or something like that. It might not work with that sound you just made and the Serum 2 you just bought. I didn't get Serum 2. I got a cracked version of Serum that I never use because it just looks ugly. You know it doesn't look ugly? Pigment 6 that I actually paid for. I paid for Pigments 5 though. This is like the only the synthesizer that I've gotten to be honest, paid for it. I'm happy with it. But when you see all these options, you're saying, oh, what more should I add? More and more and more. And it's just like, the mind is simple. Yeah, people are simple minded. Crazy. The type of 808 patterns they listen to. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Damn, like, what the fuck? I should be an industry producer. But you think about that too, right? Like, yeah, where everyone has their own sound, their own frequency they're vibrating at. Let me not get spiritual. I'm not talking about that. It's just like, anything about the industry, those sounds they use, maybe what frequency they're vibrating at. I think some people even say like the music industry is like satanic. Isn't that interesting to think about? Oh, interesting. Maybe not even the whole music industry. Maybe like the rap industry. I mean, but like just when I think about that in particular, that's an interesting topic. Music does vibrate. Like I said, everyone has their own same sound. But like when people start resonating with certain frequencies, that's when it's just like people. kind of start dancing to the same tune. I'm not gonna say get brainwashed, but they start dancing to the same tune. Like, doesn't Taylor Swift have a kind of big fan base, almost cult like? I'm not too sure, but just think about that. How powerful sound is. How powerful your sound could be. How powerful that sound is outside. That's a paid actor, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. Focus though. I think focus is very important. Maybe go back to like the real fundamental basics and then start over. Maybe not even. Hey, maybe it don't have to be. Maybe it has to be me. Maybe I gotta stop trying to like just make complex stuff. It has to be so simple. You know that one beat, like Young Thug beat. Da na 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 na. Hundred me, nigga, really wanna me. I think it's called with that. You feel me? The melody so simple. Like, I wonder if that's in any other song, right? I probably could have thought of that eventually, maybe. You feel me? And honestly, at the same time, it's just like the sound also inspired you to make a particular melody too. So it's just like, think about that. It sounds very important when it comes to melody making, and some sounds are garbage. You know, you're not gonna try to use a bass sound that is in dubstep to make Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. What you are gonna do is check this out, like and subscribe. Like I like and subscribed your mom last night.